Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. It's Nawe. In this video, I want to talk about everything you need to know about Turkiye Burslari scholarship and also answer some of the questions. So please watch until the end of this video, and if you have any other question, please write them down in the comment section down below. Let's begin. So first is the benefit. These are the benefits you get. So let me explain the detail. So first is the university and department placements. From the list, you will select 12 university. So let me explain to you how to select university at the end of this video. So please watch until the end. After you got selected to study in Turkey, you cannot change your department or you cannot change the university. So make sure you select your priority. The first choice is your first priority. So second one is the tuition fees. Tuition fees is depends on the number of year you will study. Undergraduate has 4 years, 6 years, master 2 years, Ph.D is 4 years. They will give you tuition fees for the whole period of your study. Another one is the Turkish language course. So you will have to take 1 year Turkish course if you don't have C1 level TOEFL certificates. This is the Turkish language exam. After you have finished 1 year Turkish lesson, you have to take that TOEFL exam. Can I study Turkish while studying your first year level? So no, you have to complete that 1 year Turkish. Like the whole 1 year is just Turkish course. After only finishing your 1 year, you will continue your first year. So you cannot do parallel. Another one is the flight ticket. They will give you the when you come to Turkey and when you go back to your country after graduation. Another one is health insurance. It is required when you apply for the resident permit. If student or worker, doesn't matter. So it is very expensive. If you apply for the government one, which is a good one, for that one, the Turkiye Burslari already they will give you. Another one is the accommodation, so dormitory. If you are undergraduate student, you will live in the dormitory for the whole of your study. So you will live for free for 4 years or 6 years, depending on your study. For master and PhD, you will only live in the dormitory for free. For first year you arrive to Turkey. The remaining of the years, you are given choice to live outside by yourself. If you choose to live outside, they will give you the housing allowance. So housing allowance for this year is 1,250 TL. And with 1,250, you can choose to continue staying in dormitory, but you have to apply by yourself. You have to find a dormitory by yourself. You can manage and continue staying in the same dormitory, but you have to pay the monthly rent, which is around like 300 or 400 TL. Normally the government dormitory and some private dormitory which is related to the Turkiye Burslari, you can apply for this kind of dormitory and it is much cheaper than renting a room. So if you rent a room, 1,000 is like average. Just rented a room, not the whole apartment. The question is, can you live outside? Yes, you can stay outside only for the master and PhD level. Okay, in the dormitory, they already provide you free meal, breakfast and dinner. Most of the dormitory, it is for free for the Turkiye Burslari students. If you choose to apply the dormitory by yourself, also there is like a package you can select with meal or without meal plan, something like that. So it depends on different dormitory, but most of the dormitory, the government related dormitory, which is called KYK, 90% of them give you free meal. It is included in the dormitory fees. For the undergraduate student, you don't need to pay for the meals and no need to pay for the dormitory fees, for free for the whole 4 years or 6 years. So lastly is the monthly stipend. This is the money stipend they give you for the last year, depending on the cost of the living in Turkey. Considering that, they will increase the monthly stipend for you, but it is the demand of the students. So some of my friends told me that they request the Turkiye Burslari to increase the monthly stipend. So normally it is just enough. So you are given free dormitory, you are given free meal, breakfast and dinner. You will only have to worry about the lunch, the transportation and some other personal costs. So it depends on your lifestyle. You have to manage it. So if you manage it very well, it will be enough, just enough. So you cannot live like a tourist, like going to another city visiting and eating outside every time. If you do like that, it will not be enough. So you can eat lunch in the university, which is very cheap, between 4 to 6 TL for one full meal. So I will talk about how to manage the living costs with the given monthly stipends in my another video, so please stay tuned. There is another scholarship for monthly stipend, which is called merit scholarship. This scholarship is also provided by Turkiye Burslari. If you get this scholarship, you will be given twice your current amount. So based on your the study level, it is for both future and the current Turkiye Burslari school students. So for the future students, if you apply the scholarship with the international exams such as SAT, TOEFL or GRE, and if you get this scholarship, you will be given twice your monthly stipend. And another one is if you get the top grades in your national exam, national high school exam, you will also given the twice amount. And for the current student, if you have a GPA of 3.5 and above, you are working in the research project related with to BTED or BAP, or if you have good journal or the patents, you will be also given this scholarship. So while applying for Turkiye Burslari scholarship, if you have TOEFL or SAT, please attach them with your application. So next, what are the criteria? First is the minimum grades. So these are the minimum grades. So if you are applying for the undergraduate, it is based on the high school. For the master, it will be undergrad grade. If you are applying for PhD, it is for your master grade. And then another one is the age criteria. This is the age criteria. So for all the level, you must be born on or after 1st of January. If you are applying for 2023, you must be born on or after 1st of January 2002 for undergraduate student. Yes, you can apply if you are expected to graduate at the end of this academic year. So if you're applying for 2023, you must be graduated before August 2023. And this scholarship is open for citizens of all the country except Turkish citizen. If you are studying the same level as that you want to apply, you cannot apply for that. If you are studying undergraduate in Turkey, you cannot apply for undergraduate. You can apply for master. So next is the application process and the evaluation process. So the application is open from 10th of January to the 20th of February 2023 for 2023. So every year they might change the timing, but it always starts in January, and after that they will select the candidate for interview based on the basic requirements. After that they will call for the interview in June, July. It might be on the same day or it can be on different day, but before the interview you are given a math quantitative test. So I talk about all the detail of this test in this video, or you can check it after you've applied for the scholarship. In August, you will get your final result. In September, you will make a process of transferring to Turkey, and you will go to Turkey in September. Now you are going to apply for that. So what to prepare? The first step is collect all the documents. Your passport or the national ID. If you don't have passport right now, it is okay. Just apply with your national ID. But try to get your passport during that time. But you can still apply with your ID. The second one is the passport copy is less than 6 months. Another one is the diploma or the graduation certificate and the transcript. So I will talk about the detail of this transcript and the certificate in a second. Okay, for the undergraduate application, so if you have a national exam result, prepare for that. If you have a TOEFL, SAT, GRE is for the master and PhD application. If you have this international exam, also prepare for that. But it's not required. And if you have C1 level TOEFL certificate, also prepare for that. And if you are currently studying in undergraduate or master, you should submit current student certificate. If you are applying for the undergraduate bachelor study, you must prepare the high school diploma. Normally high school has 4 years or 3 years duration, but the diploma will be only one. At the end of your high school, you are given, you passed the high school. So this is the diploma or graduation certificate. And for the transcript, you must submit last 3 years of your high school transcript. For some of the country, we only have like 2-year high school. So we cannot do anything about that. So just 2-year high school, 9 and 10 grade high school. For undergraduate and master, you don't need to do English translation or notary. So for postgraduate application, you have to collect all your previous education documents. So everything, transcript and diploma. For the PhD applicants, you must submit all your education documents in translation with notary. So not just English translation, it must also notarize. And for the PhD applicant, you need to submit your research proposal. This is the example from the last year. I also talk about how to write the research proposal previously. I will upload it again. So if you are currently working, it is better to have an employment certificate. The second one is a reference letter. So this is required for everyone. You need to request this reference letter from your previous supervisor from the university or previous teacher, previous high school teacher, previous employer. It talk about how good you are generally in terms of education, in terms of personality. So if you only get one, it's okay, but try to get 2 letters. You can start filling just the basic information. This is the example. It is already open. You should log in with your account. If you don't have it, you can make one. Lastly is prepare your letter of intent. This is the question they normally ask. This is from the last year. You can prepare yourself first before application open. So I will talk about how to write this letter of intent in another video. So please stay tuned. When the application open, you will see they will give you one session where you need to select university or 12 choices. They already give you a list of university. So for example, this is the list. The list is divided into different categories like business session. So you can see all the list of the university that give business department. One session is for English, another session is for Turkish. So it's already there. So you just need to choose the department from the list given. So before you select, first you need to choose which language you want to study. If you want to study in English, just select the English one. Also similarly, you can see the Turkish one, and from there you can see like the minimum requirements for each university. So when you are checking the minimum requirement, the education requirement, they show you the SAT. If they don't show you all the score in detail, some of the score are not always correct in that system. So you should go to that university website and then check the minimum requirement by yourself. If you write it in Turkish, you will see the minimum requirements, because most of the government university they have an update website only in Turkish. And then you can make some translation and see that. This is what you need to write it on Google and search the minimum requirements. So in another video, I will talk about the university that you can apply with only high school degree without any SAT or other degree. So please stay tuned for that video as well. So the trick in choosing the university is that if you want to apply for Bachelor of Business Administration, you select like half of them will be like Business Administration. Okay, and then after half choice is like related to economics, like any other trading or something like that, international relations, something very similar to your field. If you select that, you will have a better chance to get accepted. But don't choose like, okay, you choose the first 3 choice computer engineering, the second one is dentist, the third one is economic. You cannot choose 3 totally different fields. You can choose closely similar fields. It is better if you can choose like that. And secondly is try to choose many different cities. Half of the choice, choose the major city. Okay, Istanbul, Ankara, and Izmir. Try to choose 2 universities in each city. The rest of the 6 choices, you can choose other different city. Okay, so that you will have more chance to get accepted in the university, because the major city are very competitive. Okay, so that is the trick for choosing the university. So when the application open again, I will show you how to select, how to fill the form, everything in detail in the application. So thank you for watching. If you have any other question, please write down in the comment section down below, and I will see you guys in my next video.